Hi, this is Mick from Nonsense Inc.
Hey, this is Chris from Nonsense Inc.
It's, August 5th, I think is the day?
It's what my watch says.
Yeah, so today in history, 1962, Patrick Ewing was born.
He's kind of a big deal, right?
Yeah, he was, played at Georgetown. He
Baseball,
was
right?
No. And I know you don't sports, but you sports enough to know that.
Yeah, it was the volleyball.
Anyway, played ball at Georgetown. So today is his birthday. He is 56. And then, ironically, on the same day, not ironically, that's not the true meaning of the word, but...
Yeah, don't use that word
yes,
if you don't know what it means.
Yes, I know what it means. It just fell out of my mouth.
That's what...
Just like an ass kick is going to fall out of the sky. You keep this shit up. Marilyn Monroe died today, 1962. Also,
sad day.
56 years ago. So that does it for births and deaths, but notable occurrences on this date in history. We have the U.S. Army abolishing flogging. And as a sailor, former sailor, I thought that was just a Navy thing. I didn't realize the Army, whipped people.
Right, yeah. I mean, it was a punishment that the U.S. used only a short time because the British used it so much against us. It's a horrible, horrible deal.
Fuck this.
Unless you're into that sort of thing. So.
Yeah, well, the guys that were into it were...
sailors.
I think that fell into Don't Ask, Don't Tell at that point. So, and that was 1861. In 1884, the cornerstone for the Statue of Liberty was laid on Bedloe Island, which is now Liberty Island.
Whoa. You know a lot about that.
Knowledge bomb, motherfucker. I grew up in New York, man.
Well,
Give me a break.
I grew up here.
Yeah. They have books out here.
The asshole of everywhere.
Yeah. So, also, in 1926, Harry Houdini did his greatest feat ever, which was he survived 91 minutes locked in a sealed box underwater and still managed to get the fuck out.
That is a long time to hold your breath.
I bet a cat could have done it quicker. I mean, I know cats like boxes, but once that top closes,
it's a bad deal.
Yeah, they want to get the fuck out of there.
Well, but then it's underwater.
Yeah, and cats hate fucking water. Yeah. That cat would have been up the top and like Jesus running across the water to get the fuck out of there. Also, in 1962, Nelson Mandela was jailed and was not released until 1990.
Well, I mean, I don't know anything about that. I really don't. I've seen it referenced in movies. People have talked about it, but I have no idea why he was even jailed.
Okay, fair enough. We will come back to that at a later date because we don't have the time for me to school you on this shit.
It's fine. I just don't know what it is. But what's weird about that was the year, right?
Yeah, it was 1962 was the year Patrick Ewing was born and Marilyn Monroe died. So it was just kind of weird the same day, the same year. All that shit kind of happened. Good catch, by the way. And then in 1981, President Reagan fired 11,359 air traffic controllers after they ignored his order to return to work within the 48-hour period after they began striking. So that was interesting.
Yeah, that was... You schooled me on that earlier.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, these guys just walked out of their job, and I'm pretty sure there were fucking planes in the air.
Yeah.
So there was that, but at any rate...
So what's our topic today?
Moving. Moving is the topic. And, fuck moving. Just fuck it. Dude, it fucking sucks. I mean, you have, I have a lot of shit.
Well, you don't, but you do.
No, I do, though. It's like a lot of little shit and a few big shit, you know? And so...
Nope.
So I have to now pack the shit that I have and relocate it, and then unpack it again. Okay, so that's step fucking one of why it sucks. Step two, first off, I don't have a truck. I have a car, and it is a very small car. It's more like a go-kart.
And so, I mean, yeah, I can almost jump over your car.
Yes.
And I'm not a big guy.
Yes, I know. and so I need to find somebody with a truck or rent a truck.
Right, and when you have a truck at that point, when somebody needs to move, you're their best friend.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he happens to be one of my close friends anyway, the
Right.
guy I borrowed a truck from, but still, I mean, well, shit, he's got a fucking fleet. He's got 2 trucks and a car. I don't know, is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then he goes back through it again, or does he go back in reverse order and driving them? But no, so you have to locate a truck or a trailer. You've got to get other motherfuckers to help you.
Right. And
I mean,
and everybody is inevitably busy that day.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, I got this thing. I can't move around. I got to feed my cat.
Yeah, my uncle's hamster's in town. I got to
Right.
visit him and take him out to dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants a carrot.
Carrot?
So I don't know what the fuck hamsters eat. I just know that people are always like, "Oh, my hamster died." Should have given it a fucking carrot.
You shouldn't have stuck it up your ass.
Yeah, exactly. That's a gerbil. Don't judge me. I was experimenting.
Wasn't talking about you, but that's some knowledge right there.
Yeah. So at any rate, yeah. And then on top of that, not even on the board.
Okay.
Just some of the other inconveniences that go along with that bullshit is you have to. Well, maybe some of it is on there. Nope, I don't see it. Well, one of them is, okay, your mail. You have to not only forward your mail that's already in progress.
Right.
You have to go through all of your bills.
And change the address. And
Change the address
yeah.
so they have the new address.
And nobody keeps bills anymore. Like, it's all electronic now.
Yeah, but I still get shit in
So
the mail.
you gotta remember who you're paying and get those switched over.
Right.
And, yeah.
Right. And, and I have a car note. Right. So I'm making payments on my car. So if for whatever reason I don't pay for like 7 months and they want to come take the car away, they need to know where I live.
No, you just need to not do that one.
Well, yeah,
right?
I'm not going to. I'm not going to, but the point is, shit happens, right? Shit happens, and sometimes you can't make your bill. Whatever.
Right.
So they have to know where the car is, too. And then...
You're registered? Like,
yeah.
You have to change your registration on the vehicle.
Your registration
right.
on the vehicle. You have to change your voter registration. You have to change your fucking... If you move to another county or different district or whatever. So you have to go through all that tedious fucking bullshit. I mean, and it is a big, one of the biggest pains in the ass.
It's the minutia that makes it the pain in the ass.
Yeah. So
your bills, your mail. I mean, birthday checks from your grandma.
Yeah. Because she doesn't. Well, she's dead now. They both are. But
right.
I still got a grandfather I get shit from every now and again.
Yeah.
Eventually, when the
your grandpa gives you shit.
No,
mine doesn't.
Not literally. But yeah. So there's that, and then it's just a fucking hassle. You get everything in the house now, and you might have had a large cupboard at the old house, so you have more plates. Now you got a bunch of plates, and your cabinet space is like half of what it used to be. So now I got to find fucking storage for this shit.
So I moved into a place one time that had a galley for a kitchen. I mean, you could not fully open the refrigerator door. Really? It was that small this way. And it was long. I mean, but then they've got the little tiny stove. Not like the full-size stove. Quit that. That's disgusting. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was gross. So it has this little tiny stove, like the half-size stove.
I'm eating nuts.
Jesus fuck. So it's got this little tiny stove that, like, none of my pans, like my cookie sheets, fit in the stove.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a half-size. It's still got 4 burners on top, but it's literally like a third of the size.
They're small burners?
Of a regular... No, it's full-size burners. They're just a lot closer together.
Okay.
So you've got this little tiny stove and then a countertop, and then, like I said, you couldn't open the refrigerator door all the way.
Man, fuck
that. That was weird. Weird.
How do you get the beer in?
Well, I mean, it went like 2/3 of the way. You could fit a 24-pack.
How do you get the beer out?
Well, I mean, that's the easy part, right?
Well, sequentially, I guess would be the answer to that.
All right, so moving sucks for various reasons. Now, what are the bonuses for moving? Like,
have a fucking party.
Yeah.
Shit, I think we're gonna do some grilling. We're gonna grill some shrimp up.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I like doing that.
You are.
So yeah, throw a party. Get to throw shit away.
Yeah, you get to actually go through the shit you didn't unpack the last time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
or the time before that.
There's always boxes of that shit that you just fucking you never get to. You never unpack, and you won't this time. So they'll be there next time.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely.
Like, I even went so far one time, I built myself an entertainment center. Right? But I was moving so much at this point that my entertainment center was tongue and groove slot. Like, there was no hardware involved. So when you went to move, you broke it down into the 14 separate boards.
Did you label them A, B, C, D?
No, I knew what they were. I knew how they went together. Like, I'm not IKEA.
Or Walmart, for that matter.
Right, yeah.
Had to peel some fucking stickers off.
This was Alpine, like, it was nice wood,
right.
But there was no hardware involved. So having this,
except for constructing, like, making the pieces parts.
Yeah, making the pieces.
But you didn't need screws and...
No, none of it. So whenever I moved...
It was like a snap-together model.
It was a 4.5 foot tall by 6 foot tall, or 6 foot wide. Yeah.
That's a lot of dovetailing, dude.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even dovetailing. It was tongue and groove. It was 2/3 one side, 1/3 the other side. Like when you made cardboard things that went together. Like your dinosaurs that were made out of wood that you put together. It's just a slot.
I got you.
Right? And so it was this 4.5 foot by 6 foot length entertainment center with shelves on one side, you know, and it just broke down. And then you're just moving boards at that point. Like, I mean, I moved so much, I was like, fuck this, I'm not moving big shit anymore.
Yeah.
And so I made something that was modular and broke down, and yeah, I was that frustrated with it.
See, knowing you, I would have imagined that you would have made something that folded down neatly and had a carrying handle that you could put... You know what I mean? I'm
not that good of a woodworker, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's good. And then, well, I mean, if you could be moving out of mom's house for the first time, or the second time, the third time, or the fourth time. Yeah. That's you. I lived with my mom a few times.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think you're not living right if you haven't lived with your mom a few times.
Fucking A, man. Laundry. Oh, don't worry about that, honey. I got it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, what do you...
Sure.
Do you say no to that? Like...
It's always folded. It's always or pressed or hung up. It's not like me. I got a clean pile, a kind of clean pile, and a dirty pile. There's always that questionable pile.
That pile you got to pick up and go...
Yeah, they got to pass the smell test.
Not today.
Right. So there's that.
So you're not only maybe moving into a better place, right? You're moving into a better place that has a better landlord.
Not necessarily. I mean, this time it's true.
This time it's true, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's a huge thing. Like, I've had shit landlords, and I've had landlords who gave a fuck.
Right.
Like...
Yeah, you guys are good.
Yeah. And the best landlord I ever had was when I worked at the photography studio.
Yeah.
It was right next door.
To a bar?
No. It was right next door to my landlord's house. Right? So, I mean...
That's a plus.
Yeah, and he was my boss. So if I needed something...
Right.
I just said something the next morning at work, and it was fixed the next day. Like, it was always immediate, like... Always good.
Yeah, well, what about a shit landlord story?
That would be the time that we lived in. There were 4 or 5 of us in the house, and
I am allergic to one type of nut. I hope it's not in this can.
So I was the last one out.
Okay.
And they were moving in the same day. The people that took over the house.
Oh, I got you.
So there was no time for an inspection. None. So I'm the last one stuck there. I'm doing all of the cleaning, all of the bullshit at the end of the move that you never want to take care of. That, like, they were out of town, whatever. Like, I ended up doing all of the cleaning, trying to get the deposit back, right? And we never heard from him. And one of my roommates had a lawyer friend. They took him out to lunch. You know, instead of scheduling a time and paying $50, they took him for a $20 lunch and was like, is there anything we can do about this? And the lawyer basically said no.
Well, they saved $30.
Because all they have to do is provide a list in this state of the things that they don't have to provide receipts, nothing. They just have to provide an itemized list of the things they used your deposit to fix. Right? Like, they don't have to provide that they actually did these things.
Right.
They just have to type out a fucking list. And at that point, if you try and take them to small claims
you're already
for
out
your $750,
yeah,
you're already out your $750 at that point. Like,
with the lawyer.
So you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
what?
yeah, I mean,
I'm in the wrong line of work.
yeah, we both are, but fuck, man.
We can buy like 20 houses and just not keep them up.
No, 2008, that was a bad idea.
Well, yeah, but it's 10 years later.
Yeah, have things gotten any better?
Well, in that market, yeah, a little bit.
Maybe.
Well, not maybe. It is a lot better.
All right, so we've covered a few things here. So let's talk about going to college. Kids are going to college now, right?
They should be. We're actually
go to a trade school.
Yeah,
actually,
they either should be or shouldn't be, depending on what they want to do with their life.
Right.
But we're going to take a break here, and we'll be back in just a minute to talk about that college life and a few other things associated, or not associated with, but similar to, I guess would be the right way to say it.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in just a minute.
Popeye.
I'm going to fucking smack you.
I am what I am.
Do you guys... I wish this was a live show, because I'd ask, like, do you want me to slap him, or do you want me to come back after the break and say that I did slap him? Because I'm going to...
No, it's going to happen.
All right, and so we're back. Sorry if there was an ad there, but we're poor.
Yeah, we don't make a lot of money.
And so, you know, every dollar counts, every dime counts.
Well, and the money we do make, people don't like.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, I'm not saying we're counterfeiters. I'm not saying we're not.
Well, yeah. Good point. So, yeah, so if you hear an ad from time to time, we're trying to control when and where they come in, so there may or may not have been an ad there. So, again, we apologize, but, you know, we got to get paid at some point for, I mean...
We do this because we like it.
Yeah.
Sure, but making a little extra scratch is awesome.
Well, that, and we got to put it towards production and getting better. I mean, we can only go up. We can only get better. We can't
got
go any
room
worse.
to improve.
I mean, the 19 of you that listen to us, and thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell your friends too.
Yeah.
Unless you don't have any, which I can't find that hard to believe, because if you're listening to us, then
hey, I
you
have
a
friends.
good sense. You gotta have a good sense of humor. Yeah, and Chris has friends, so you got to have some friends. So yeah, tell your friends, man. Let's get these numbers up and start making better productions. At any rate, so we're gonna move along to dorm life
versus
military life.
Yeah.
Now Chris is a graduate of a Big Ten school, and I was enrolled in a small state school, not in this state, thank God.
My art degree is not doing me any favors.
It's not doing us any favors, because this kind of is art.
Well,
bullshit is art. Bullshit is art. I double dare you to tell me that I'm wrong.
No, there's a dude out there that makes sculptures from it. I promise.
Yeah, I know. So after I was not able to be man enough to go to class, I went out, and the Navy kind of made me a man. So we're going to compare some dorm life and military life. And so, how did you like living in the dorm?
I really enjoyed it.
Makes it harder to masturbate if you got a roommate, because it's just like a room.
So I was in an all-male dorm. Don't do that. Number one, don't do that. But so I moved into one of the big rooms on the corner.
Okay.
Right? So I had 2 roommates.
Right, okay.
Right? Well, the first guy, so you do these applications and they're like, are you going to study? Are you going to be a wild dude? Like, there are all these half psychological questions that you fill out to match you with your roommates, right? Well, nobody tells the truth on those.
No, absolutely not.
No, I'm going to study and I'm going to be a good kid and I'm going to get straight A's, and then you get to college and you're like, oh shit, freedom.
Yeah, so,
So the first roommate moves out within like 2 weeks.
Because you were studying too much?
That might have been it. Yeah, that had to have been it. So then the other kid who wants to be a walk-on football player for the team.
At
that school.
Okay.
Yeah. So he wants to be a walk-on foot, and he tries. And
you can tell them where you went to school.
Well, yeah, but it's way funnier if they try and guess.
Okay. Well, it is a Big Ten school now, so you have, 12 teams? Yeah, 12 teams in the Big Ten.
Yeah, how does that make sense?
Fucking math. These are places of higher learning, and they can't figure out how to fucking do 10 does not equal 12.
So this kid, he doesn't make it. He tries. But he doesn't make it.
He walked on, then he walked off.
Well, yeah, essentially. So, anyhow, he meets some friends, and this is like late September, right? So, not even a month in.
This is my I'm waiting face.
Yeah, I could see it. I'm trying to stretch it out. It's way funnier that way. For me, not for them. Okay,
I was going to say, I know the story. So.
Yeah. So, then he meets some friends off campus, and moves out.
That was kind of him.
Yeah.
Now you have your own space.
Now I have my own space.
You walk around naked whenever.
And it's a 3-person dorm room.
Right.
That I have to myself.
Okay, so I gotta interrupt you to ask. So, were there 3 separate bedrooms, or were there 3 beds in one wide open space?
It was one wide open space.
Nice.
Right. So now I've got the whole space to myself.
Okay.
And I've gotten the campus guys to move their beds out. Right?
Wow.
So I've got my luxury futon, and it really was luxury. Like, they made a mistake at the furniture store, and so I got the one with the springs in the cushion.
Oh, nice.
Like actual, really real bed mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that you can fold up to a couch.
Right.
And have nice back support.
So the whole rest of the semester was awesome. But
until
then the other shoe dropped, and I got a letter from campus saying, you're either going to have to find some more roommates, or we'll assign you roommates, or we're going to charge you $3,000.
And you not being made of money.
Well, yeah.
You hadn't made the printing press that we get our money from.
Right, yeah.
At this point.
And so I talked to my friends in the honors dorm, and I said, hey, I've got this great big room. You guys have this tiny room. You just want to move in with me? And they did.
Well, there was a happy ending. No,
well, yeah.
Was there a happy ending
afterwards? So one was a kid I went to school here with.
Okay.
Right, so I knew him, and it was his roommate, whose name was Nick.
Okay.
And when I first met him, I'm like, oh, your name's Nick. What do people call you? And he said, well, I don't really have a nickname. And so that point, he will forever be known as Chuck. I said, I'm just going to call you Chuck. And we did.
And he was not...
For all 4 years of college life.
And he was not in opposition at all.
No. He was a cool guy. But we just called him Chuck the rest of the time we were in college.
If he was a cool guy, I'd have been like, fuck you, don't call me Chuck, call me Jeff. Shorter.
Okay, so dorm life. Moving in, moving out. You got people helping you, hopefully. So, I mean, the cons are obviously that you're sharing a living space with somebody else in about this size of room.
Right.
Right. The bonus is, you've got a cafeteria right there.
Yeah.
You can go down and get food whenever you want.
If you're on the meal plan.
You can charge it to your parents.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, how about this?
Yeah, what was your bunk like?
Yeah, well, to begin with, in boot camp, I shared it with 79 other motherfuckers.
Oh, that's a small area.
Yeah, well, no, it was a big-ass room. All right, so boot camp, they had these buildings, they call them ships, Navy, haha. But
so they're buildings that are called ships?
Yes.
That's
just for acclamation's sake and whatever, like
that's Big Ten school stuff.
Yep, I know. Yeah, and these motherfuckers have missiles and shit. So
wait,
so you're in the barracks.
Okay.
All right, in boot camp, it's
so the ships are barracks.
Well, by definition, they're barracks. They just call it a ship. Like, not their names were like ship and then a number. So they didn't refer to it as a ship. They'd be like, oh, he's in ship 6 or he's in ship 4.
It's a schooner.
It's a sailboat. But no. So you're in the barracks and they have like 2 or 3 floors, and they were long. They were wide, but they were long rooms, kind of like in Full Metal Jacket. It was basically exactly like that.
Okay.
Except our RDC, our recruit drill commander, wasn't as much of a fucking prick as R. Lee Ermey was. But in his defense...
You know the story behind that, right?
In defense, though, he was sending people to Vietnam. They were just sending us to either another school or some ship or sub that,
Right.
But, so they were... not mean. Boot camp's all mind games anyway. They want to make sure that you have a mental toughness to
be able to pull off your gas mask in the middle of...
or put on a gas mask,
right.
So it's mostly repetition and training and whatnot. But so then from there, I went to a school out on the East Coast, and barracks were a lot nicer. Now the thing with the military is there's always inspections.
Was it the Rhode Island School of Design?
No.
Damn.
No. But yeah, it was the barracks. They had two barracks. It was they call it suite style. So the room adjacent was connected to our room via the bathroom.
Okay. So
there was a shower and a toilet that connected the 2 rooms, and then the sinks and everything were in our room. But any time of day, 7 by 24 by 365, that motherfucker could be inspected.
Oh, so you had to have your shit together all the time.
100%. And if it wasn't inspected, they left you a little fucking pre-done note that had, comments on it. And, like, if it wasn't done by a certain time that day, then fucking, like, you got in trouble.
And what was the punishment for that?
It depends on... The punishment varied based on...
the infraction?
How shitty the room was. So, like, if you had contraband in the room, you were going to go talk to the captain.
So if you had porn...
Not contraband.
Really?
It just couldn't be sitting out.
Oh, go military!
Yeah,
good for them.
Yeah, they almost encourage that shit at some point. In some places. But yeah, no. And here's the reason they didn't want it out, because nowadays, and it's more nowadays than it was when I was in. Got out about 10 years ago, 12 years ago. But nowadays, everybody has to have a safe place to go.
No trigger words.
Yeah,
oh my
exactly.
God.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Trees.
Exactly. So I need a hug.
If you need a hug, come over. I'll give you a hug, and I'm also going to give you a slap.
Yeah, fucking people are pussies. Anyway, so they didn't want the roommates to be offended. They didn't want anybody offended. Or
don't ask, don't tell.
Or if the fucking person doing the inspection, they don't want them to be offended either. So, like, they didn't go looking through your shit. It was
right.
It was like
is your bed made?
Yeah.
Is your trunk closed?
Yep. Hospital corners. Fucking no shit on the ground.
No trash.
I mean, we had a guy get like booted out and sent because I was in a pretty decent school.
Siberia.
He could have ended up there at some point, but not. He had like cigarettes sitting on the deal on his and we were allowed to have cigarettes,
right?
But the room smelled like smoke.
Oh, because you're not supposed to. Yeah.
So he got and he kept saying it was my roommate. It was my room. Well, his roommate didn't fucking smoke. So
I'm going to sidetrack you 1 minute here. So, and this was, I think, the last year the school did that, but they had smoking floors, right? Mm-hmm. And I was on a smoking floor. I didn't smoke at this point because I was smarter back then.
But that's when you learned?
No. That was later. That was
you had a lot less stress.
That was after Brandy. So, anyhow. So, my buddy is visiting me in my dorm room, and he's smoking. At the time, it was a thing back in the early 2000s. It was herbal cigarettes, right? So they were herbally flavored.
Yep.
Not the weed.
No, I know what you mean. Because they had catnip.
It was like a clove, but different.
Right.
Yeah.
They had catnip, they had cloves, they had all kinds of shit.
And so we had an actual police officer knock on my door.
Yeah.
And I looked through the little people. I'm like, oh, what the fuck did we do? Like, we're just hanging out watching TV.
Printing money.
And so he looks at us and he says, yeah, I've had a report of somebody using an illegal substance. And I shit you not, and you can't see this, but he reaches up to his lips and he goes... And I was like, oh, fuck, really? Yeah, that was my buddy. He was smoking these herbal cigarettes he bought downtown. And the guy says, well, can I smell one of these cigarettes? And police officers, not campus cops, not fuzz, like actual police officer. And so my buddy lights one up right in front of him, blows it right into his face.
Wow, that sounded like through this headset, it sounded like a 747 blowing up. Yeah.
But no, like literally got to blow smoke into a cop's face, and the cop was like, "Oh, okay, well,
yeah, I know what
sorry to bother you. Have a good night.
All right, fellas, move along, nothing to see here."
Yeah. I mean, it was great. Like freshman year, he got to blow smoke into the cop's face.
Oh, you were way too amused at that. I mean, it's kind of a cool story, and the cop asked for it too.
Yeah, he did.
Which is pretty cool. But
okay, so back to the guy who was
so he was smoking. So he got busted down anyway. He had to go talk to the captain because A, he was smoking in a government building. B, he was smoking in the barracks. And C, he lied about it and got caught.
Right, but like, okay, so what's so bad about going to the captain?
Because so captain's mast is I may or may not.
I walked you right into that one.
May or may not have been there a couple of times. But no, so you go to captain's mast, and from my view, it's pretty scary. They also used to call it playing pool with the captain because he had a green felt over the table specifically for this. I mean, I guess it dates way back.
Is this flogging?
No, no.
Okay.
No, you stand there and the captain looks at you and it's all familiar. You stand there at attention, so I mean, it's like stick up your ass kind of posture, And basically, the captain just fucking rails you, and then like you.
Stick up your ass, the captain rails you? What's going on here?
Verbally rails you.
Oh, berates you.
Yeah.
Good word.
Gives you or the one Ryan likes is belittle. He didn't like to be belittled.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed that you're a fucking cunt.
Yeah, no. They're a little bit more professional than that. They're like, so, Petty Officer so-and-so, do you, yada, yada. Yes, sir, I messed up. Well, how did you mess up?
Oh, they make you explain it in
well,
your own words.
every captain's different.
Right.
So when I went to see him, well, sir, I did this, and so So some people are more fortunate than others.
Yes, sir.
And well, with respect to, I want to slap you again.
That was good. That was worth it.
Yeah. But and you're not going to know when it's coming either.
That's what your captain said.
Oh, probably not to me, because right away he took a stripe from me and then fined me.
Wait, took a stripe?
Yeah. So rank, they call it reduction in rank. So they'll if you're an E4, you're not anymore. You're an E3, and you have to work your way back up to that shit.
Okay, so he took a stripe from you,
and then they fine you on top of that.
Fined you.
Yep.
And when they take a stripe, do you take a cut and pay?
Yeah.
So on top of that, they're just like fucking pouring salt in the wound.
Yes.
And take away any money you may have that you're no longer earning that amount anymore.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, you don't want to get sent to the captain.
No, you don't. You don't want to get sent to the brig either, but that's another story for another
day.
For another show.
That one's a good one.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so let's see. Okay. And then after that, when you get to your actual duty station, your post, your ship or sub or boat, as subs are colloquially
your
called.
Schooner.
Don't ask me why they call them a boat, but they do. That's just the way it's always been. But I was on a submarine. And your living situation becomes significantly more condensed.
So you go from a barracks or a suite-style dorm room...
Pretty much.
To...
Let's see. 3 to a wall on either side, or bulkhead if you want to be all nautical and shit.
Port or aft?
Port and starboard.
Oh, my bad.
It wouldn't make sense to put bunks at the ends. Anyway, so
why not?
So you go through, and it's like 6 foot by, I don't know, how fucking wide am I?
I'm not going to answer that question.
by about I don't know, 2.5, 3 feet.
Okay. An aisle at the movie theater.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more slender than that. However, so you got 3 stacked on top of one another, and they're built into the wall, or out from the wall. But they're basically, I mean, there's no, and there's, depending on the sub you're on, there, depends on how many go like forward and aft. But the basic of it is, all your shit that you can take has to fit underneath. Like, you lift your bed up, and the mattress is probably about as thick as your hand.
Oh shit!
So
it's a camp mat.
Maybe
it's a camp mat.
Maybe 2 thicknesses of your hand.
Right, but it's a camp mat.
Yeah. So, but they call them coffin lockers for a reason, because when you're in them, because you're surrounded.
Shit!
Your coffin racks.
Wait, so you're underwater by however many feet.
Yeah.
And they call them coffin racks?
Yeah. Because you're surrounded on 3 sides, right? Whether you're on the top or the bottom, even if you're on the top, you still have like an overhang.
Right.
Right? And they're so small, you have to decide whether you're going to sleep on your stomach or your back, because while you're in there, you can't turn over. You have to get out to turn over. So if you get in there, you're on your back, you're fucking stuck.
Or you get out and then piss off the other 5 people in your immediate space.
So each rack has a curtain that they draw that you can pull back and forth.
Okay, so this reminds me of the crazy hotels in Japan.
Okay.
Where they're what you're talking about.
Right.
Right? And you can pay for it, and then you pay for your room, and I use air quotes there, but
we're gesturing again.
Yeah, we do that. So, but instead of like you're saying, it's an open side, right? The whole length.
The length of it's open, but I mean,
right? These are not that way.
Ooh.
These are from like the foot or the headboard, like whatever you want to call that. Like it's you're crawling into a filing cabinet.
Okay.
And then you sleep there. Because efficiency of space is important in Japan because it's tiny.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you literally, like, you know, you got 2.5 feet or 2 feet and then 2 foot. And
right.
then you crawl in one way or the other.
Yeah.
And then you sleep there.
Wow.
And so, I mean, it's basically a filing cabinet of humans. Like, it makes sense, but it's weird. Weird. Like, but that's coming from here. Like, we have all the space that we want in Nebraska. Like,
yeah. That is very true.
Too much of it.
That is. Yeah. Driving down the road, I like to look out at all the nothing that is out there.
Now, there are some things out there, but like when
all the poor farmers have those corn and soy fields, but
yeah, the poor farmers. Yeah. So, but I mean, like, people in other places ask us stupid fucking questions.
Okay.
Do you have electricity? Do you have running water?
Oh, yeah. Cause,
they ask. It's a flyover state. Like, people don't understand that. Yeah, we're right there with you on the technology thing.
We were listening to Bill Burr talk about that earlier.
Oh,
that
God,
it was hilarious.
Hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, so, and I know this is tangent. I'm going to wrap it up here real quick. But Dances with Wolves came out.
Okay.
Right? People in your part of the country thought that all of the skies that we have here on that film were CGI or paintings. Like, they didn't understand that we have that much.
Yeah, because they didn't have fucking skyscrapers in the way to...
Right.
Like, you can actually see...
You can see for miles.
Yeah. And the cool thing is, though, with that being said, is that there's not a lot of light pollution out here. So you look up, you can actually see the fucking stars.
Yeah. Especially out in the country.
And more that we are out in the country.
Well, I mean, if you go out 20 miles in the middle of nowhere...
You can go 4 miles outside of town and see...
It's not Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It's fucking somebody...
Painted
cum sprayed the whole sky. Like...
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, sorry. Back to your captain.
No, we passed him. Fuck him.
Oh, he's done reeling you?
Yeah, no, he was a good skipper.
Good dude?
Yeah.
All right. Wait, skipper? Never mind. No, I'm done. Okay, so what was that?
That was an elongated sigh, just to show you how frustrated I was.
Ow! Fuck.
Told you wouldn't know when it was coming.
God damn it. So you got to meet new people in the military, though, right?
Got to kill some of them too.
I
indirectly. Indirectly.
Yeah. I can't imagine you shooting somebody on the sub. Okay, I can imagine it, but like
we had guns.
Well, why?
Why not?
But what reason would you need them?
Somebody could go crazy and start to fuck shit up. Somebody could...
Okay, I'm assuming you had MPs on the boat.
No.
Whoa. No military presence on the boat.
Or military police, or shore patrol, or... No, just designated people that knew and were qualified to handle the weapons. Sometimes when we would do swim call, which is they stop the boat in the middle of the ocean and everybody goes swimming.
Wait, what? Did you not have showers?
Yeah, we had showers.
Okay, well then why?
It's just to get off the boat when you're
okay.
When you
so
spend
it's a recreational.
Yeah, you spend 60 days. Yeah, submerged. Right. They'll get out. And who takes a bath in salt water, dipshit? Oh, that's right. You are not from a coast.
No coast.
I'll give you that one. I mean, there's a river there, but it's not salt water.
But why would you?
Yeah, just to get off the boat.
It's just water. Like, why does the salt water negate taking the bath? Like, I'm imagining you guys, like, jumping off the edge of the boat when you're at top, and then just, like, lathering up.
In the middle of the ocean.
Is the water?
Oh, we're going to have a conversation after this. So, no, you don't drink salt water. You don't bathe in salt water.
Why not? I know why you don't drink salt water. I know, I understand that, but why the bathing just is? Why not?
Because you have to take a shower after you get out of salt water because that salt all sticks to you. Imagine, it's like the same as when you go outside and it's hot and humid and you sweat.
Yeah.
And you have that fucking film of just nastiness on you.
So you would not wash that off in the sea.
The sea causes it.
Dude, the look on your face is fucking phenomenal right now. Because, you're I know you're fucking smarter than this. Yeah. That is the look on your face right now.
I know. And these people listening are smarter, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they didn't teach chemistry.
They didn't teach ocean.
So no. So you have to have somebody who's qualified to operate a rifle during that period because if the sharks come,
oh no, jeez,
you have to shoot the shark.
This episode brought to you by the Meg.
That's why we have guns on submarines.
Because of sharks?
No.
That's the point you just made.
I made a point previous to that.
Well, people going crazy.
Yeah, something happens.
Right,
you have to be able to.
And I can't imagine being cooped up in the same spot or same, however.
No women.
Yeah, no women. No iPhones at the time. Or Android phones. No smartphones. So, you just don't have porn to look at.
I saw a 25-year-old Playboy go for, I don't know, $65.
No shit.
Just for something to look at.
For something new.
For something to look at.
I can't imagine being cooped up like that. At least at college, you got to go outside. Mm-hmm. You got to go to classes. You got to, interact. You got to interact with other people.
Oh yeah.
Other than your fucking bunkmates.
Yeah, so think about this. Well, no, not just your bunkmates, just everybody that was on the fucking boat. There's about 100 of you.
Right, so you're interacting with the same 100 people. Basically,
you're living at work in an industrial setting.
Fuck.
Yeah. It was cool, too, though.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there were benefits to it,
Everybody smelled like feet and ass, though.
Because you didn't bathe except when you went out of the ocean?
No, we did bathe. We just, it was just fucking, your schedule didn't always line up, so you might have missed a time to do laundry and you had to wait another day or so to do it.
Oh, fuck.
We'll compound that times 100 people.
Where, Tuesday's laundry day.
Yeah, but I'm working all fucking Tuesday, so I might have to wait till Thursday.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm. So
that's a bad deal.
Nah, it is alright. So
it's kind of like when you smell your own fart.
Yeah,
you like that smell.
Everybody loves their own brand, right? Isn't that what Fat Bastard said? Wafting.
I've got a wee little turtle head poking out.
Hey, so that's that. I don't know.
Okay, so one of the things. You're moving out of the dorm, say.
Yeah.
Right? And you've been in college. And so now you're 18 and you're able to buy porn. You can find weed from your buddy. But your parents are helping you move out for this summer.
Yeah, that's the box marked. Let's see. What would be a good marking for that box?
Cleaning supplies.
Yeah, no, because Mom would get into that.
Well, yeah.
I know where to find the... So, but I think nowadays, if you write super top secret porn stash...
Nobody would actually look into the box.
Nobody would look in there because it's like, oh, yeah. It's not like, oh, he's got porn in there. It's like, oh, who knows what's in there.
Okay, so what's the weirdest thing that happened to you in the military that you can talk about?
Weirdest?
Hasn't been redacted yet.
No, it would still be redacted, I guess, would be the... Weirdest? Man, that's a good question. Well, it didn't happen to me, but there was a guy on the boat.
The look on your face now. You're excited.
Yeah, well, it's pretty fucking funny. So, I don't know if are you familiar with the term mushroom stamp? You've never heard that term, ever?
I have the blankest look on my face right now, but I can't...
Like, you're wearing just a white undershirt, and your face is blanker than it.
It's also a lot redder.
Yeah. But, so a mushroom stamp, you ever heard somebody be like, you know what, I'm gonna hit you in the face with my dick?
No!
Never heard that?
Oh my god, what? I have never heard anybody threaten me with the glands.
Gonna smack you on the dick on the forehead with my dick. Never heard that?
No.
Well, there was a guy.
What the
fuck? Was a guy.
Who would? Why would you? Okay, go on. Sorry.
There was a guy.
Jesus Christ.
There was a guy, and he walked around all the time with
his dick out.
An ink pad.
I'm gonna threaten you with my dick.
Oh, he walked around. He had an ink pad in his pocket.
Ink pad.
Yeah, like in the old timey.
No, I know. I was making sure that's what I heard.
Yes, an ink pad.
Okay.
A pad full of ink.
Yeah, where you'd stamp your books from the library.
Or in this guy's case, your penis.
No.
So if you were off sleeping somewhere you should not have been, or you weren't paying attention, he'd pull the ink pad out, and then he'd pull the old donger out, put it in the ink pad.
What?
Yep.
You're allowed back in.
Yeah, so but just imagine this though. You know, you wake up from your nap and you're like, nobody saw me, and then you're walking around.
Everybody sees his fucking dick on your forehead.
It was a dick stamp on your forehead or your cheek. He was indiscriminate. So he put a stamp on the palm of somebody's hand once. How do you think that guy felt?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
and I bet that's individual fingerprints.
Quite possibly. I mean, I don't know.
I've never tried it.
If the vein pattern is the same, I don't know. I don't know if APHIS has a fucking database for dick stamps.
Oh, shit. Okay, so I wasn't in the military, but I do have the stories my dad told.
Yeah.
Right? And I think the best one he ever told, college is weird. You're all going to experience something strange, something profound.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think that's when you told me about your first lesbian experience.
Well, the girl that flashed me her bald pussy one time
as
we were walking past the rec center.
You sure it was bald, or was it her belly hanging over the top of it?
No, it was definitely, she was we were joking around, and she was like, yeah, I shaved my pussy, and I haven't seen one yet, at this point. And so,
I don't think you've seen one since.
But
he's 36, by the way.
She's like, yeah, no, I do it. See? Look.
Here it is.
Yeah. So, I mean, whatever, but...
so there obviously weren't bats and spiders crawling out of it. It was probably a well-traveled path.
No, it was very much a pretty thing to behold.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but the funniest story I think my dad ever told about being in the Navy was they were in Spain on shore leave.
Mm-hmm.
And they go out to the bars, right?
Okay. As you do.
And they come back the next morning, and they wake up seeing a buddy of his, and they're trying to piece the night together because they no longer have their Navy rings. Well, between the two of them, they figure out that, we accidentally got married last night.
Wow. Wow.
And so they still had another day of shore leave. So now they're going to every single bar trying to figure out where these two senoritas are that they traded their Navy rings to.
For marriage.
Well, yeah, kind of. Not officially, but so they're going to each bar and Hey, bartender, where do we go after this? Do you have any idea?
Jesus.
But they eventually tracked the two senoritas down and got their rings back in time to make it back to the boat.
They didn't get half their rings back.
No. Yeah, that was
a divorce joke.
Yeah, I understood it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have the "I'm gonna kill you" eyes.
That's why I don't get laid.
They don't match your laugh, but you have the I'm getting mixed signals here. You're laughing your ass off, and like you're looking at me like maniacally.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. So we'll wrap it up, much like a lot of us did in the service.
Well, you have to. You should.
Well, you don't have to, but you should.
Yeah, you definitely.
You should
Wrap it up.
I've seen some. I've
Blue
seen some
waffle.
things. Haven't seen one of them except on the internet.
That's a new restaurant. Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
you should look it up on the Google.
Open it up in the the Blue Waffle.
Yep.
And if you can send us a picture of that restaurant,
we'll give you a gift card.
Yeah. To the Blue Waffle. At any rate, we are gonna wrap it up. So be what?
No, I was just going to say, hey, check us out on the various social media. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We've got our website. What's the website?
www.nonsense-inq.com.
Yep.
We're also on SoundCloud, Stitcher, soon to be iTunes, hopefully. If
YouTube?
Yeah, we are on the YouTube. I mean, it's just a picture of us. But for certain subscribers...
Ease of use. Yeah.
Well, for ease of use, but for certain subscribers, and once we get the Patreon up and running, there will be exclusive content on the YouTube for you to view. It'll mostly be outtakes and some other shit, depending on which tier you end up on. But past that, that's about it. So look forward to bothering you guys here in the very near future. And
thanks, guys.
Yep, take it easy. Bye.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.